Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. What a winter we are having. This has got to be the coldest winter we've had in 3 or 4 years now. I don't think we've had more than a handful of days above freezing since Christmas, and we are now almost to the end of February, beginning of March. And I love winter as much as the next guy, probably more than the next guy. You guys know, with the pond and the sled riding and the ice skating and all that stuff. But it's starting to get to a point where it is getting in the way of getting things done. Case in point, my driveway here. We've kept up with plowing it all winter long, had it cleared out, but the problem is you get that hard pack build up, and then you get one day where it's kind of sunny out and it'll melt the surface and just turn it into a sheet of ice, and that's what we're up against here. I have a very important piece of equipment coming to the property tomorrow morning, and I don't think they're going to be able to deliver it and get it up the driveway. So we've got to get this ice taken care of. A couple different options that I've thought of. I asked neighbor Doug if he had any good suggestions. He knows a guy who will actually come out and put down a water brine spray that will dilute down, melt through the ice, soften the ice, make it a little bit more tacky and sticky so it's not just glazed over like it is. And then another option I've seen is Elliot from Everything Elliot actually took his excavator with a tooth bucket and just ripped all that ice up, broke it up, got it roughed up so that you can get tires up it. So I think that's what we're going to try here first. Get the 30-inch tooth bucket on the excavator and come in here and start digging into this ice and see how thick it is. The other thing I want to do at the end of this video is I want to go see just how thick the ice is on the pond, because I'm thinking it's got to be a foot thick with how cold it's been. We have had some very Arctic-like weather here. Before we get too carried away with the excavator, I do want to bring the box blade on the back of the tractor and just try to push off as much of this snow as I can. I don't know if you guys can tell. Contrast and snow are not two things that go well together, but there's probably a good 2 inches of snow on the driveway right now, so I want to get that cleared off before we get the excavator out. All right, so now we got all the snow cleared off the driveway. You can see the sheet of ice that is laying underneath that. I actually got stuck coming up the driveway in four-wheel drive the other day. Now granted, I've got highway tires on the new truck. That's one of the reasons I want to put all-terrain tires on it, is for better performance in the snow. But yeah, I had to back all the way back down and get a running start to get up the driveway. So we got to get this taken care of, especially since we've got a delivery coming that they're going to be towing something about 8,000 pounds behind a truck. I don't think they'll get up the driveway the way it is now. driveway all scratched up, got broken through the ice to get back down to the gravel. My only question now is, do we come in here with the box blade and scrape all this down smooth, or do we leave it a rough finish like this? My concern with coming in here with the box blade is I'm going to end up removing all of the grit that is going to give us traction for getting up the driveway. But I'm also going to be getting rid of a lot of the ice that's on here too by coming in here with the box blade. So I think I'm going to do a little test pass on a small section, not anywhere near this hill, because I don't want to make it worse if this will do the job. So let's go do a little test pass and see what it looks like. Well, I was a little skeptical, but I think that actually might work out pretty well. It gets the driveway smoothed back out again, and this has actually added a significant amount of grit to the driveway here. I think that will give tires some pretty good grip trying to get up here, especially towing a trailer. I think this is a lot better than having, you know, all of the broken ice piles, because you get your front tire on that and you get a lip,
it's still going to spin.
Yeah, or even just creates a little dam in front of the vehicle that is going to slow you down like a speed bump.
I think you want to get rid of this too anyhow, so when it starts to thaw, because we're going to go through a lot of thaw freeze cycles here in the next month, I think.
Yeah. So well, anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the driveway with the box blade after all, and hopefully we don't make it worse. All right, so I think we got it done. It's not perfect, but it's better than what it was. You can see this is what the before looks like, just a solid sheet of ice. Right, slick. And then what we started scraping up, you can see we've got a lot of gravel and fines mixed in with it, which is gonna act kind of like sandpaper here to grip the tires. But it's still, like, I mean, I can still wipe my foot on there, so it's not going to be perfect. It's still going to be questionable whether he's going to get up the driveway or not, but I think he's got a better chance now than he would have had I not done anything. And this didn't cost me anything except for a little bit of diesel. Doug was saying if I had that guy come over here to spray a brine solution on the driveway, it might have been 50 or $100 or something, which isn't a big deal. Or I could have gone and gotten, $100 worth of limestone chips or something to top dress, but that would have given me the same result that I have here, just getting a little bit of gravel stirred up on the surface. So I'm pretty happy with this, and we'll see if this is gonna allow him to get up the driveway tomorrow or not. So I want to do one more thing to this, and that is roll this all in, because as I mentioned, everything is real loose right now, and my neighbor just came up and down the driveway to test it out for me. And the area that he drove over, where his tire tracks are, is much more grippy because it's packed in and it's not sliding around on top of that ice. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hop back in the tractor one more time and get this rolled in with the tractor tires. All right, now I think we're done. We got it all packed in, and it feels actually pretty grippy on your feet. I'm not slipping and sliding at all, and we're walking up probably a 6% grade or so. Now I know people are going to ask, why didn't I just use the ripper teeth on the box blade. And the reason is because if you've never dealt with ice before or frozen ground, this thing is not heavy enough. If you're not familiar with box blade, you can flip those ripper teeth around. And if you're trying to break up soil or something like that that isn't frozen, you can break up ground with that, or a gravel driveway. But when it's frozen like this thing does not weigh nearly enough. This thing probably weighs 500, 700 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark. And with the excavator that weighs 13,600 pounds, I was actually picking up the tracks. I was putting so much weight on the teeth as I was trying to comb the driveway, and the teeth on that bucket were only getting in about maybe 2 inches. You know, if you're picking up the tracks on a 13,000 pound excavator and only getting an inch in, the tines on this box blade, there's just not enough weight, 500 to 700 pounds, to dig in and bite. I would imagine, I didn't even try it, but they're just gonna ride right on top of the ice. Ice is so incredibly hard. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna about wrap this one up, but I'm gonna say just once again how different this winter has been versus the last 2 or 3. And not just the cold, but the ice. We have had so much ice buildup. I actually had a gutter on the backside of our house fall off. There was so much ice buildup in it, and that might be more indicative of an insulation problem, that we've got water melting on the roof, falling down into the gutter and then freezing. So we've got to get that taken care of. Speaking of ice, I almost forgot that I said at the beginning of the video I wanted to check the ice thickness on the pond. Tell you what, the ice is in rough shape right now. Well, there you go. There's a cross section of the ice, and we are about 9 inches. So not quite a foot like I thought we were, but still 9 inches. I could come out here and plow this with the side-by-side if I really wanted to. Makes me nervous because I got a full cab on it. If you did go through, you're kind of trapped inside the machine. You know, if you fall through a hole and you've got ice all around you, there's no way to get the doors open to get out. So I probably won't do that. Just saying, I probably could if I really, really needed to. But yeah, just been a very, very harsh winter compared to the last couple. But it is almost the end of February, so I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. If you look at the 14-day forecast, we actually do have a day that's going to be up in the 40s, so that'll be nice. But yeah, as far as what is being delivered tomorrow, I told you I was going to make you wait till the next video, but I'll give you a quick sneak peek right now. I think I've got more Eastern made equipment in my yard than you do.
Yeah, you probably do. You probably do have more gear here than I do.